So the moment we've all been waiting for, first, on behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, I declare today Def Leppard Day in Hollywood!
You know the band, you know the songs. Def Leppard, after all these years, is finally getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I mean, it's about time, right? And get this, who's introducing them? Jon Bon Jovi. How cool is that? Just rockers supporting rockers. Gotta love to see that. If you ever wondered what it's really like to see an induction on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, well, this is it. It's not as fancy as it looks on TV. You kind of just walk up and stand out in the sun. As you can see here, you don't get to see too much. The media gets to see all the cool stuff. Just out here in the shadow of Capitol Records. It's a decent-sized crowd that showed up, but it's kind of a mix of tourists who don't know what's going on and locals who come out to every single event, and a handful of actual fans. You have to make sure it's wrinkle-free.
Check one, sheet.
Around the world, and those of you here, the Hollywood Chamber has been, for over 60 years, the Hollywood Chamber has been inviting luminaries in the entertainment world to this iconic boulevard to place their legendary star in this galaxy of stars on this great Walk of Fame. Today is no different. We have one of the most amazing installations we could ever imagine today. We have an amazing crowd. There's no crowd like a rockin' crowd. Because today we're here to give a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to Def Leppard! Def Leppard, as you know, has had an amazing impact around the world. people who listen all the time to their records, and oftentimes, even in this crowd, people have said, it was my first record, it was my first favorite band. When it was first announced that Def Leppard would receive a star, Anna Martinez, who is our superstar at the Hollywood Chamber, the first call she got was from one of the officers who make Hollywood safe and who have patrolled this very ceremony on many, many occasions. And he said, Anna, all I want to do is be there for Def Leppard. They're my favorite band. They've always been my favorite band. Yeah. And his name was Officer Paul Jordan. Unfortunately, we lost Officer Jordan in January, but representing him here today is his wife, Caroline. So thank you to all the officers who put their lives on the line for us every day, and thank you to Def Leppard for entertaining them. And now, to take you through the ceremony, I'd like to welcome up to the mic Bob Buchmann, SiriusXM personality and Director of Music Programming.
Good morning. Hello, Hollywood. Thank you, Jerry. It's such an honor to be here. And before we begin, let's give a big shout out to all the fans watching all over the world, including, of course, Sheffield. No doubt. On our live stream, it's presented by our media partner, Variety. The Hollywood Walk of Fame recognizes achievement in the categories of motion pictures, radio, live theater, live performance, sports entertainment, recording, and television. Of course, today, in the category of recording, we honor Def Leppard with star number 2,824 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know, their star number here in Hollywood along the Boulevard reminds me of all the big numbers that this band has delivered over the years. Attendance numbers that sell out stadiums across the globe. Chart numbers that have lifted them to the very top of Billboard. Album sales numbers that make them among the world's best-selling artists. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to honor Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, class of 2019, Def Leppard. You've seen them, you've cheered for them as they kind of walked up the red carpet. Joe Elliott on vocals. Collen on guitar. Rick Savage on bass. Vivian Campbell guitar. Rick Allen drums. I wanted to share that there are more than a couple reasons for all these huge numbers in my mind, these over-the-top achievements. And it goes beyond the stellar writing and musicianship that has made them a household word. First, they've got a second-to-none work ethic. Instead of resting on their laurels, they are always trying to create, trying to push forward. And every bit as important, these five guys are fans. They're devout fans of other artists that they pay tribute to, or get inspired by, or play alongside, or simply buy a ticket and sit in the audience and watch. They're also fans of their fans. Do we agree? Whose comments they pay attention to, whose applause they so appreciate. Then they're also fans of radio. That makes me at SiriusXM feel really great. They value our ability to put the music in people's ears and are happy to do special things with us for our listeners and their fans. Like, for example, just 2-3 years ago, you know, this stadium-sized band is playing for 300, 400 people at the Whiskey for our listeners just down the block. Have you all been to the Whiskey? I knew that. Here's how I feel. This band offers the perfect mix, and I'm not talking about the one that comes out of the soundboard. The perfect mix of love for fans, love for other artists, love for radio, and love for one another. In the times when the going got hard, this band knew the definition of brotherhood. But that's the past, and Def Leppard is all about the future. Next year, they return to Vegas for their third residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. As part of the selection process for a star, the nominees must do philanthropic work, and as you know, Def Leppard is involved with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Music Cares, Shriners Children's Hospital, and Teenage Cancer Trust. Our first speaker today at the podium will be the president and CEO of Universal Music Enterprises. That's UME, where he serves as head of global catalog for Universal Music Group, UMG. He founded UME in 1998, defining UMG's approach to the catalog business and setting a standard that has now been adopted in a model that's used by just about everybody. Please welcome to the stage, Bruce Resnikoff. Bruce.
Honestly, I don't remember a lot about that night for a lot of reasons, but Def Leppard's energy, enthusiasm, and their indescribable charisma made a lasting impression on me. I knew they were destined for stardom, and that's when I really became a fan. A lot of things have changed since 1980. The Spectrum is now a parking lot. Def Leppard, with the addition of Phil Collen and Vivian Campbell, the band that we now know and love, regularly play 2 hours of nonstop hits every concert. Sure, tickets are no longer $8.50, t-shirts are no longer $3, and Def Leppard is no longer an opening act. They now headline stadiums and festivals and have sold more than 110 million albums worldwide in the process. Their success has been meteoric and also consistent. They're one of only 4 bands, along with U2, AC/DC, and Metallica, that have had top 10 albums in 5 consecutive decades. And with Hysteria and Pyromania, they're one of only 5 rock bands that have 2 studio albums with more than 10 million in sales in the US. Let me just tell you, the other 4 bands that have done this are the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and Van Halen. How about that? In total, Def Leppard has 11 gold and multi-platinum albums. That's how rare and special these guys are. And just for a moment, let's talk about their hit songs. Pour Some Sugar on Me is truly one of the biggest hit songs of all time and continues to be a staple on streaming services, breaking through to a whole new set of fans and generating more than 1.7 billion streams so far. Hysteria, Photograph, Love Bites, Rock of Ages, and Animal are all singles that sold over 1 million copies. So many amazing songs. But the real mark of their global influence is that today their music still fills stadiums, their albums still top the charts, and their songs are still blasted by teenagers who weren't even born when Hysteria came out. That's a mark of a truly timeless band. From their humble beginnings in Sheffield, to their days as an opening act, to their very own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, not a bad upgrade, guys. On behalf of Universal Music, as your friend, as one of the world's biggest Def Leppard fans, I congratulate Joe, Phil, Vivian, Sav, and Rick, Def Leppard, for being here on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Bruce. Our next speaker is a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Songwriters Hall of Fame member, lifetime member that I actually saw in his new book, the card that makes him a lifetime member. Of course, singer, songwriter, guitarist, actor, author, philanthropist, ringleader of the band Bon Jovi, Jon Bon Jovi.
Where is the band?
Sitting there, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob. I am Jon Bon Jovi, and I am a Def Leppard fan. I was a fan before I became a friend. Before I had ever written Runaway, I heard the band from Sheffield who were bringing on the Heartbreak. These guys were my age, from a working class city called Sheffield in England, which was thousands of miles away from a place called Sayreville in New Jersey. Yet there was something that I was drawn to. The melody, the guitars, the young guys with the audacity to put it out there in front of major recording acts and not flinch. We first met in 1986 on a festival show in Germany, and I quickly realized that these guys were going to be my friends. They had just come off the huge success of Pyromania with monster songs that defined what rock radio would sound like, and Bon Jovi was just releasing our third album, Slippery When Wet. We hit it off immediately. Hanging out with Joe and the guys felt like hanging with my own band, but with a different accent. We stayed in touch, and as they went on to record Hysteria and we recorded New Jersey, it was the MTV era and what we refer to as the gold rush. Now, there have been many a long night in various cities after each other's shows, and many celebrations, fun times and laughs, and even the heartbreaks and loss. There's just some things that you're able to share with a brother from across the ocean that you just both understand. The music of Def Leppard was born and raised in our generation, but has continued to reach new audiences who have made it their own for 4 decades and counting. Their work ethic, their resilience, their ability to tour year after year, their influence on some of music's biggest names, including the reigning queen Taylor Swift, is legendary. Their legacy is in fact etched in stone. From their induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to this spot on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the name Def Leppard will always be. So to my friends, Joe, Sav, Phil, Vivian, and Rick, I want you to know that I am grateful that I was the one that you asked to celebrate this honor by inducting you on this day. May our friendship grow, but never grow old. I hope you guys love this day and live forever on this, the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Good job, Jon.
Jon, thank you. I'd like to bring to the stage the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, who will make a special presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Nissen.
How's everyone doing out there? My name is Steve Nissen. I am the president of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, and yes, once upon a time, I too had long hair. Now I'm happy to have any hair. And somebody had to wear a tie to represent the Chamber of Commerce, so here I am. This is such a great honor for all of us. I'm about to bring up Joe, Phil, Sav, Vivian, and Rick in a second. But first I want to say, we're at a very special place on a very special street, the Walk of Fame. We're in front of the iconic Capitol Records building, known the world over. We're at the steps away from the intersection of Hollywood and Vine, one of the most famous intersections in the world. And what are we going to do to this sidewalk in a few moments? With star number 2,824, we're going to pour a little sugar on this street. I know, I'm getting funny looks from the band. So, guys, come on up.
fall off the stage. We'll catch you. No, I'll be the reporter. Where's the camera?
Where do you want to go? Hang around this side. All right, folks. As I said, we are on a sacred street here, but it's also a real street in the city of Los Angeles. So on behalf of the city of Los Angeles and the city council member who represents Hollywood, Hugo Soto Martinez, the city is presenting you with a special commendation for today. Woo. Okay, you want to go this way? Yes. Rotate left.
I'll bet you guys are used to a bigger stage.
Love you guys!
All right. So the moment we've all been waiting for. First, on behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, I declare today Def Leppard Day in Hollywood! And now, let's hear from the band.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome. Thank you, Rick. 2,824 stars. Amazing. So here we are. And are we in good company or what here? I mean, really, you think about all the stars that are here. I didn't want this to just be a long list of thanks, but pretty much John and Bruce have covered all the ground that I could possibly have covered. So it really just leaves me with the great pleasure of thanking as many people as we can that have helped us get where we are now. First of all, many thanks to John for clearing his diary and coming up to do this. We've known each other for almost 40 years, as he alluded to, 1986. And I can honestly say it has been a lifelong friendship. John is one of the few people that in this business that I know that I can say anything I want to and it will go no further. And he knows that he can trust us, which, let's be honest, is a very rare thing. So from the bottom of our hearts, John, thank you. Bruce Resnikoff and your incredible team. You have been so supportive of this band ever since we re-signed to Universal that it really helped give us our mojo back. So thanks for that, Team Bruce. Talking of mojos, we can't stand here without thanking the late great Howard Kaufman, who took over managing this band 20 years ago, rescuing us from what was potentially obscurity and taking us all the way to headlining stadiums. So thank you, Howard. Mike Kobayashi, who worked under Howard. Picking up the reins, and he continues to create amazing opportunities for this band to keep pushing forward. Dennis Arthur, who along with Live Nation has really helped push this band to where we all think that we truly belong. So thank you, Dennis. And Rod McSween, who sadly can't be with us today, but he has been booking this band since 1979. So thank you, Rod. So what about the actual albums? Massive thanks obviously go out to Mutt Lange, who took the gamble on working with this unknown quantity back in 1981, taught us what making a record really meant, and helps us create songs that would hopefully last a lifetime. So thank you, Mutt. Also to Tom Allen, who produced our first album, the late Mike Shipley, Pete Woodruff, and very special thanks to our current producer and out front sound guru, Ronan McHugh, 27 years and counting. Thank you, Ronan. We have to, of course, mention our old management, Cliff Bernstein, Peter Mensch, and all at Q Prime, for all their hard work and support from 1979 right up to 2005. So everyone who has worked with this band on stage and off, our amazing road crews, for all your hard work and your dedication over the last 48 years, we thank you. On a personal note, I would like to thank Roger Love, my vocal coach, who has literally saved my career more than once over the years. Thank you, Roger. Special thanks go out to Malvin Mortimer, who helped run the ship for 25 years, and to our current mama bear, Jessica Squire. We love you, Jess. So, from all of us up here, including Pete Willis, and of course the late great Steve Clark, we all say to each and every one of you, to our collective families, especially our parents who helped us get where we are now, just simply to our incredible, loving fan base out there, 2 words: thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you!
That's it, short and sweet.
Okay, I asked, is anybody else going to talk? And I was told, no, we're done. I said, no, we're not done. We have to unveil the star, so let's go down and do that.
You know about that, man.
It's not going past VIP. Excuse me.
Here, wait. Yeah, I know.
Can I get you right here? The shoulder, right here, arm the foot. Right here. Up top, Bill. Up top. Bill, right here, my vinyl, sir. My vinyl right here, sir. Right here.
Still right here. Still my bundle right here. My bundle right here. I'll do one sec. You want to roll while I'm with Martin? We did.
There we go.